good morning, and we are live here in Austin, Texas, and it's the LPS Austin 2025 edition, and we're almost ready to get underway here. Boston A versus the San Antonio Rising Stars, and news from the toss. San Antonio won the toss and opted to bowl first, and as you can see there, the batsmen are out in the middle. The umpires are there just to get some stretches on, and we can tell you it's a brilliant morning here at the cricket grounds. 2 games are already underway, and there are 4 grounds and 4 games scheduled in the first morning session of play, and a couple games got started at 10 a.m. And as soon as we get the schedule in place, we can just give you updates on the teams that are playing, and as well should get the scorecards going in a little bit as well. But in the meantime, let you know that San Antonio are out in the field. They've already set a first slip in place, and backward point, short third man cover, extra cover. That is where the wind is coming into play here, and lifted in the air, and the wind just taking that one, pushing it over the ropes, and he was looking to hit that in the previous over on the onside and didn't quite get all of it, and in this occasion he timed it quite well. And if you do time it and lift it in the air in that direction, a drink as well. It's very hot out there. .24 without loss, and Mayank, Preet at the top of the order, and Gurang set to come in next, Mehul, Sandeep, Anjiras, Summit, Archit, Yogi, Manav, and Lalo make up the lineup for Boston A. Have the opportunity as well to run through the lineup for Rising Stars B. Dave, Aman, Ankur, Jay, Yash, Jainil, Akash, Vicky, Rohit, Bravin, and Ankush. So they have gotten the ball back, just went beyond the boundary, down into the canyon. Just to your left of screen. So he's quickly on to 19. The score on to 24. Mayank and Preet at the other end. Just the 4 deliveries he's faced. And he's off the mark and going. 3 on the board, 2 extras. And 2 balls gone in the second over. And back here to live action, and it's all action out there in the middle. Another one, another boundary to the total, and Mayank is motoring on here. A couple of boundaries struck in the over already. And Mayank is on to 23. And this over from Akash. Just it's been a tad bit expensive. 3 deliveries to come. It's already conceded 16. This one slapped in the air, and it'll go for another boundary. He'll go on to 27. Without loss now. Another boundary in the over. 2 deliveries to come. Mayank on 27. Short and pulled away. This will go into the boundary as well. Quite well handled from Mayank. It'll race into the boundary. Yet another boundary in this over. And the over is red. The first ball, Preet got a single, turning the strike over to Mayank. Then he hit a 6 and then 2 4s. 32 without loss. Very expensive over comes stand in here. 36 without loss. Dot ball to finish off. Mayank on 31. And I suspect that might be the end of Akash's stint. The captain is signaling another bowler to warm up. 2 overs for 25 runs he conceded, an economy rate of 12.50. And he looked quite good in his first over. This was singles and rotation or strike. Vicky also conceded 12 runs in his first over. Signal another wide here. A wide delivery there. This one hit down the ground. It's going for another boundary. It's going to be another 6 here. He's dealing in boundaries. Stepping down the wicket there. Hammering it over the fielder long on. So despite the protection out there in the deep, still manages to hit another boundary despite the protection out there. He's Quickly on to 38 off of 15 and 44 without loss. So Vicky now proving to be a bit expensive. And he can't quite seem to get it right. Have a look at this wide delivery here. Outside the off stump. And it's too wide to be played. Back to live action now. We could well see a double bowling change here. Oh, this is hoisted. It's going to travel a long, long way. In fact, he's hit it into the other boundary on the other side of the park. What a massive strike. He certainly deposited that one a long way into the boundary. Have a look at it here. Picking it up. He's hitting with the wind here. Picking it up from outside of the off stump. And with that wind, as we mentioned earlier, he's going to take that ball. In fact, it went all the way into the other field. That shot brings up the 50 as well. 51 without loss. And two deliveries into the fourth over. So a very healthy power play indeed. He's on 44 off of just 16 deliveries. Mayank. And he's hit 4 fours and 3 sixes. The last one being the biggest of them all. He's going on the offside this time, and there's no one out there. And that's just to wait for the umpires to signal. He signals 4. So he's also hitting in the direction against the wind on that occasion, the offside. So have a look at it here again. So that held it up in the air. And didn't go all the way for 6 because of that wind factor. So another boundary. 55 without loss. He's on 48 now. Probably want to get his 50. Oh, he does it delicately this time. Not going for power, going for placement, using the pace of the delivery. And it'll go into the boundary for 4. That'll bring up his 50. An excellent knock. We saw him with a lot of power. 3 sixes and 5 fours. And just when you thought he would go for another 6 on the onside, he just dabs it past the first slip. Travels across the outfield, races across this dry outfield into the boundary for 4. So a bit of deft touch there from Mayank on this occasion, showing his versatility. And with his knock at the top of the order, he's allowed the Boston A to get themselves in a very, very strong position indeed. The total now on to 59. Still 2 overs and 2 balls to come. He goes on the onside this time, and mid-wicket was adjusted to a cow corner position, and then he's just toying with the field now. Mayank pulls it to where the mid-wicket was. It goes all the way into the boundary for 6. I'm not quite sure, even if he were in that position, if he would have gotten a hand to it. And the ball has disappeared down into the canyon as well. And the bowler might just want to disappear into a hole as well, because he's conceding, both bowlers in fact, 65 without loss the total. And so far, they've conceded 4 sixes and 6 fours. And Mayank's strike rate has now gone over 300. So we will have another bit of a delay here as they go looking for that ball. They're going to finish off the over here now. There's going to be a couple of runs at least. Racing across the dry outfield. And clearly, Mayank wants the strike. He has just turned his back on Preet. So just a single. He's on 59. 66 without loss. 2 overs to come in the power play. You have a projected score of 330 runs. And Mayank is just hovering around a 300 strike rate. And so Akash, Vicky's over. Started off with a wide, a 6, a wide, a 6, 4, 4, a 6, and the single just to hog a bit of the strike here, Mayank. And why shouldn't he? Boston will be in full support of that as well. He's on 59 off of just 20 deliveries. So they're still not allowed to spread the field beyond the 2 fielders out of the 30-yard circle. And they're going to make a couple of adjustments here. They're going to put the man from deep mid-wicket. He's going to move around to deep backward square. And the long off is going to come in the ring. Jay Patel is into the attack. It was a good start here. And Mayank just opting to have a look at him at first. It's just a rotation of the strike. So apart from the first delivery, gets to see what type of pace he's bowling with, what type of bounce he's going to get. And he's going to have the benefit of looking at it as well from the non-strikers end. Preet comes into strike. He's on 3, just faced the 4 deliveries. And this has been an issue here. That from both ends now, conceding extras. So Vicky finishing off 2 overs for 41 runs. And a lot of extras in that innings. That spell of Vicky. Oh, what a peach of a delivery here. Preet is trying to duplicate the type of batting from Mayank. He tries to go in the onside and is going to race down, or he's going to retrieve it in time. And it went past the bat, the inside edge. It went past the leg stump. Have a good look at how close this was to hitting the leg stump. It's a good delivery, missing, and the keeper missed it as well. And resulted in some byes. Mayank on that occasion was happy to come back for the second. And just as well, because after that type of delivery produced by Jay, he just wants to have some more look at him from the opposite end. Oh, he's pulled it to the outside. The man is there and gets it on the second attempt. And the first wicket falls. Preet is the man who's going to have to go. Have a look at this delivery here, and he's targeting the stumps and pulled it in the air. He's trying to duplicate the efforts of Mayank, and he hits it straight to the man, and on the second attempt takes the catch. And some good camera work there as well to get that one. 70 for 1. And can the Rising Stars use this now? That fall of that wicket to just transform what has been happening out there in the middle. The man they would want to get out certainly is Mayank. He's on 60. Nice cooling breeze comes across the ground, much appreciated by all and sundry. The leaves on the trees just fluttering in the distance. Quite picturesque ground here in Austin. It's the LPS 2025 series. So Jay coming into the attack and he's taking a wicket. And a bit of a change up here. Decides to go wide outside the off stump, as opposed to the wicket to wicket line he was getting previously. Back to live action here. Oh, this is going to be a loud appeal, and he is going to be given out. Double strike here by J. Yeah, struck dead in front there. Umpire not having any hesitation. It's full as well. He stepped across the stump. And the impact certainly in line. And the second wicket goes down now with the score on 70. So 2 wickets falling in the over, either side of a dot delivery. And exactly what the Rising Stars were hoping to accomplish with the bowling change. It would have been a forced bowling change as well, as both bowlers were in for some hammering. To the tune of 66 runs the 2 opening bowlers conceded off of their 4 overs. And the extras as well, there were 5 wides and 2 byes. Preet just faced the 6 deliveries for his 3. And Mehul Patel out for no score, just the 2 deliveries he faced. 7 extras in that total of 70. And what a bowling change here. Jay coming into the attack. 2 for 2 he has, 4 dot balls. So Yash Patel will be quite happy. He's made the bowling change. It's worked. And he'll be very much in anticipation of this first delivery. It's wide outside the off stump. And through to the wicket keeper. So he finishes off with a dot delivery. An excellent over. He's playing, flirting with that one outside of the off stump. As the over comes to an end. And the 1 over left in the power play. The score already on 70. Thanks in no small part to Mayank. He's not out on 60. He was at the opposite end. It seemed to be the preferred end from him in this over. He was happy to have a good look at Jay from the opposite end. So he turned the strike over at the start of the over of Jay. And there was a wide and a bye. And then Jay struck. Mehul came out to the crease, faced the 1 delivery. And on the second delivery he faced, he just stepped across to a full length delivery and struck in line, was out LBW. So despite the 70 runs on the board, a key breakthrough in that over. So Manav is out there to join Mayank, who's on 60. There's going to be a couple changes in the field. So he's taken a man out from mid-wicket. The new bowler is being brought into the attack, Jainil. So it's a 6-3 field. Comes into bowl. And as you guessed it, he made the adjustment. He's going to go all the way for 6, is it? The umpire is just questioning it. And he'll wait for confirmation. He does in fact signal 6. And so it's a very wide approach. Have a look at how wide he is here as he's leading up into bowl this delivery. And with a 6-3 field, you're going to have to be very, very accurate indeed. And he's bowling on a middle and off stump line, and Mayank is not gonna hesitate to go on that onside with this type of field. 76 now the total for 2. He's on very quickly in no time at all on 66. His strike rate continues to be quite high. Oh, that's getting some lift on that occasion. Correcting the line as well. So it's still going to be a 6-3 field. First delivery clearly a loosener. And it's going to be pulled into the onside. There's a man out there in the deep. And he's not going to retrieve. It's going to be another boundary to this total. He's on to 70 now and the total on to 80. And Jay in for... Jainil rather is in for some punishment here. Early o'clock. Yeah, we are going to see that field change now. You see that ball just lifted in the air, traveling in the direction of those cars. And it's in the gap. Lots of room in the air. Oh, he gets an edge this time. Takes it past the wicket keeper. It'll go close to the boundary. And in fact, it'll go into the boundary. Have a look at this. Did it come off the edge? Signal runs by the umpire. The keeper didn't stand a chance. It was a healthy edge. That one raced into the boundary down in our station here in the commentary area. A good look at that ball right next to us. In fact, with this type of ball striking, we might just be in the firing line, situated between two grounds, just about 10 feet behind us and 10 feet in front of us. Thankfully for us, Mayank is on strike and he's hitting in the opposite direction. Now they're going to adjust here. A little ball following here from the captain. He adjusts the man, the very fine third man. He's getting some lift here, Jainil. And this is only going to be lifted even further. It's another towering 6. Deep backward square. And fantastic ball striking here. Short. Deserve to be punished. And he doesn't have to do much, Mayank, because he's hitting that ball with the wind in that direction. And he's going to have to rethink this field as well. He brought the man from extra cover onto the onside to make it a 5-4. But if you want to bowl short, there's a lot of room in the air. He's going in the air again. He's going to travel all the way in the exact position. It was even shorter. And he just repeats the shot. Traveling all the way into the boundary for 6. 6 in fact. And that'll bring the Jainil over to an end. 90. 96 for 2. And that's the final delivery of the power play. And Jainil coming into the attack and being dealt some punishment. That over went for 26 runs. Started with a 6. Then there was a dot ball. He got a little bit of lift outside the Austin, but he hasn't been able to produce that type of line or length. And he erred short and was hit for 4 and then another 4 and then a couple 6 to finish the over out. And a lot of discussion taking place out in the middle there, trying to come up with solutions. And it's currently evading the captain of the Rising Stars team. Mind you, this is the Rising Stars B team. And we see Captain Yash Patel from Temple. So university my dad went to way back in 1974. The Temple University in Texas. I still have some of that memorabilia safely stored away at home. Yash trying to make some memories of his own here. And it's going to be another bowling change. And power play done. We're going to have fielders dispatched to all parts of the boundaries. It's a good delivery here, but he's working it into the gap. He might get 4 here as well. And in fact, he does get 4. That boundary brings up the 100 for Boston A. 100 for 2. So 100 runs on the board. And Mayank, he's on to 86. And Manav on to 4. He's pushing it back here. And had he picked that one up cleanly, could have been trouble for Manav. He dropped it into the onside and took off for the single. Have a look at it here. He's playing defensively. Didn't want the run initially. And I thought it would have been a bit risky. Fielder could. Good work here from Manav. He's able to rotate the strike and hand it back to Mayank, who's on 86. It's a full toss. Pulled in the direction of deep backward square. He's going to go into the boundary for 4. I was just wondering for a moment. He hit it in the air and the wind is in that direction. But such has been the timing of Mayank. Pulled it into the onside and the one man out at deep mid wicket could not get it wrong. Such was the timing. Traveled in the air for some distance. Landed just about 45 yards. I make it from the boundary. And had enough legs to get over the rope. $105 for 2. He's into the 90s. 7 sixes and 9 fours. Pulling again. This time the man has been adjusted a fraction to his right at deep mid-wicket and gets around to do the fielding. And on this occasion, as you can see, he's just helping it around the corner. He's not trying to power hit that one. There the man comes into frame now to do the fielding. And he's into the 90s. He's on 91. And Malav, he's looked quite good in the first 3 deliveries he's faced. He's hit 1-4. Exquisite timing past the point. Dropped one down for a single. And it's popped up in the air and diving forward at extra cover. Could not get a hand to it. Valiant effort. Have a look at this little bit of lift. It's rising on him, taking a leading edge of the top of the bat. And there's extra cover. Couldn't get his hands to it. And he's not as quite sharp as our cameraman Mickey, who was able to get eyes on the ball very early. This one pulled into the onside. And that'll travel. We'll wait for the umpire. It's gone for 6. Goes on to 97. 113 for 2. And this 100 is going to be celebrated, probably be celebrated by all 4 spectators at all 4 grounds. Been a fascinating game. And bringing you live coverage here in this LPS USA Cricket Tournament. Day 1. And what a way. First game on the way. What a way to get started. Boston A against the Rising Stars B. The other game, Atlanta Paramveers against Rising Stars A. And Atlanta 70 for 4 in 7 overs. And Atlanta Tigers against Waltham Tigers. And Atlanta 109 for 4 in 11.5 overs. And Meyer Travels against, it's a familiar name for those who are following the CPL back in the Caribbean, the Knight Riders United. And Mayor Travellers 131 for 1 in their 10 overs. So that game, as well as this one here, providing for quite some entertainment. And two opening batsmen on display. Mayank in this game here, Boston against the Rising Stars B, and for Mayur, Tarun is 17 not out over 36 deliveries, 2 sixes and 12 fours, and Prath Patel just got to his 50, and it was celebrated by, we were hearing the cheering from the ground next door. 5 sixes he hit and 3 fours with an incredible strike rate of 278. You're not missing any live action, as that ball was hit by Mayank. It's gone over the barrier, over the bleachers, and up into the forested area. So it's almost a camping trip in the back there to try and find the ball. So it's given us the opportunity to have a close look at that game. Mayor Travellers against the Knight Riders United. 131 for 1, 10 overs. And they are currently at a drinks break. Just a 1 wicket in that game was taken by Niraj. So that's another high scoring game here. The LPS. It's a 2025 edition. A projected score for that Mayor versus Knight Riders, Mayor Travels versus Knight Riders, is 262. This game projected score of 322. The current run rate is 16.1. I'll just run through the full scorecard as well for this game. Mayank Patel, he had first strike, currently on 97, and he's the reason we're delayed, as the ball was hit beyond the boundary. He's hit 8 sixes and 9 fours. Preet Patel was doing well, just rotating the strike to give strike to Mayank, who he recognized was in superb striking form, and he tried to repeat some of that. Got a bit jealous at the non-striker's end. Just his 6 deliveries he faced. The 6th one he faced, he tried to hit it over mid-on and could only succeed in putting it in the hands of Rohit. And Jay, who came into the attack, picked up 2 wickets. His second wicket was that of Mahul for no score. And not out is Manav. Jay Patel was into the attack, replacing Akshay and Vicky, and he picked up 2 for 19 with 5 dot deliveries in his 2 overs. He's going to return into the attack now, as we seem to have found the ball, as the umpire himself aided in the rescue party to retrieve that ball. The ball being smacked around the ground. I wouldn't blame the ball for not wanting to be found. Just might be some bruises on the surface of that white ball. There's been 7 extras in this innings, so 113. We're just about set to resume. And in stark contrast, Jay Patel, a man with the ball in his hand now, has been to the other 3 bowlers used. Actually, 2 overs cost him 25 runs. Vicky Patel, they were quite severe on him, Maya in particular. Just the 2 dot deliveries and 41 runs he conceded in his 2 overs. Jainil Patel got 26 runs in his 1 over, so I'm not sure we'll see him back into the attack anytime soon. Here we go, it's a full toss, and it's a bowling change. Rohit, the man who took the catch, he's into the attack. Starts with a wide. So generous flight. 2 fielders in the deep on the onside. And it's hit through the hands of the man at extra cover. He's going to travel along the ground. And does it go for 4? No, pull back just in time. It was hit in the air. He was reaching for it. Could not control the shot. And extra cover just waved his hand. It just seemed to go through his hand, just wafted it. This one chipped in the air. So Manav doing well in this innings. He's hit 1-4 off of the first delivery he's faced. He's on 9. But this is the man in question now. All eyes are on him out. Mayank. Full toss. And he lifts it. This will be his 100. Hits it into the canyon. And just listen to the listen to the cheers. What a way to get to his 100 as well. It's a full toss, a gift really. And he does not need a second invitation. 9 sixes, 9 fours, 31 balls faced. And he's not done yet. Steps across. This time he's pulling into the ground, sweeping it around the corner. He'll travel into the boundaries. He's dealing in boundaries here. 4 runs, 127 for 2. So the bowling change not quite working out here for Rising Stars B. Started off with a wide, then a couple, then a single to give Mayank back the strike. Brought up his 100 in fantastic fashion with a 6. Shorty stepping across, and they made an adjustment in the field. It's not going to matter. He's going to go into the boundary for 4. They seem stepping across. They're pulling it into the onside. Despite the man being adjusted from deep square leg, he's now a deep backward square. And travels into the boundary. So despite the field change, he couldn't get around to stop it. It's another boundary. And 4 more to the total. 131 for 2. And we're still a ball to come in the 8th over. He's cutting in the air, and it's through the man hands at backward point. You're going to have to do a lot better than that. Chasing it around on the boundary and doing the fielding. Yeah, they're going to have to do a lot better than that. Through his hands and into the boundary. End of a very expensive over indeed. 133 for 2. So in fact, he called it back in just inside the ropes. And just 2 runs to finish the over off. So quite expensive stuff here from the Rising Stars in terms of their bowling attack. Rohit over conceding 20. Jainil before him 26. So running out of options here. Other Rising Stars. So the man from Temple is into the attack. Yash Patel. Long on, long off. So 6-3 field. Clips it into the onside for a single. It's a good stop. Playing a miss here. So it's proving to be a tight over from Yash. So end of a very good over. 136 for 2, 9 overs gone. Just 3 runs in that Yash over the man from Temple. Boston A motoring on in 9 overs, 136 for 2. 114 to Mayank, who's on strike. The full toss. And squirted out. Down the ground. Aman Patel, the man into the attack. You want to try and match that last over from Yash. He's not getting it right. Aman. Trying to play a forcing shot there. Couldn't get any bat on it. And question being asked for a stumping there. He's done some damage as well to the stumps, the wicketkeeper. But that was a precious dot delivery. 2 wides in the over. Mayank is not showing any signs of slowing down. 115 off of 37. Yeah, just rotating the strike. He doesn't want to slow down. Manav gets another run. Mayank doesn't want to slow down. 115. Down the ground. It's a full toss. He doesn't get all of it. The man is out there. Takes the catch. The end of a wonderful innings here from Mayank. He's stepping across. It's a full delivery, but it's been dipping, these full deliveries, and he hits it straight in the hands of the man at long on. There he is raising his bat. Get a good look at the man there coming out. What a job he's done for his team. 141 for 3. And just one ball short of the drinks break. And it's almost poetic. He gets the opportunity to walk off to a standing ovation here at the LPS. Excellent knock from Mayank. New batsman out there in the middle. Your players take the opportunity to have a drink and a discussion. And in fact, the umpire has called for drinks with that 9.5 overs. So just 1 over short of the official drinks break. 141 for 3. Mayank Patel gone. Caught Yash Bowl. Aman 115 off of 38 deliveries. Preet Patel went for 3 early on. Mehul for no score. Manav on 13 not out. 10 extras in the innings. We'll take a short break here and be back right after drinks. So we're back here in Austin, Texas. One delivery to come. We took the drinks break with the fall of the Mayank wicket. An exceptional innings. 115 of 38 deliveries. New batsman out in the middle. Archit. Zooming after the drinks break with the score on 141 for 3. Oh, it's a wide down the leg side. And they're going to come back for 2. So 3 runs to the total. That ball just racing along this dry outfield. All the way to us here in the commentary area. So we're not quite sure if it was the end of the over. And that wide delivery is going to have to bowl it over. So despite taking the wicket, it's going to be another wide. Despite taking the wicket, it's yet another wide. So there have been a number of attempts to try and complete this over. And he lifts it in the air. The final delivery of the over comes to a completion, and it comes to a completion with a boundary. So he tried on 6 occasions to bowl that final delivery, and it went for 4. That brought up the 150. 150 runs on the board, 3 wickets down. And despite taking the wicket, on 5 occasions, 6 occasions he tried to finish the over, and finally got it right, and it went all wrong. It went for 4. So there were 7 wides in that 10th over. Just the stumps being attended to. It's so dry out there that when the wicket keeper picked the bails, he knocked the stumps down, trying to execute a run out, and disturbed not just the stumps, not just the bails, but the base at which the stumps have been pounded into the pitch. That they have to wet the area to get the stump back in the ground and get it to stay, providing a little bit of adhesive forces. As early on, the rising stars seem to come apart with the opening bowlers, and this man Yash has been able to glue it back together. Bowled a very tight over his first over. And another appeal here, and should be leg byes, or did he get some bat onto it? No signal from the umpire. Yes, he does signal in fact to his square leg. It's a leg bye. So Yash's first over, just the 3 runs. Oh, another appeal. They get should be another leg bye. Archer just appreciating the effort of Yash's bowling. Just as he completed the run of the non-strikers and showing his appreciation for some tight bowling from Yash. So Mana wants to take over the mantle shown by Mayank. A monstrous innings from him. Getting to his 100. The score now 152 for 3. His contribution, Mayank, was 100 in that total. 115 to be precise. This one down to long off. And despite the shouts from the field, could not prevent them coming back for 2. Archet now on 5. Manav 14 off of 15 balls. And controlled shot down the ground. 1 bounce to the man at long off. So Archet is looking to play a role here. Just rotate that strike. Play himself in. And put away loose deliveries when the opportunity does come. There's going to be a fielding change here. So you can see how dry it is by the dust in the background. By the man on the golf cart. They could look for 2 here. And it's going to be easy. An easy 2 as the man from third man had to come around. Thought for a second the wicketkeeper could have gone after that just to shadow it and prevent thoughts of it coming for a second, and that did not happen, and allows the score to go on to 158 for 3. Eleven overs gone. It's going to have a there. Might have caused them a little strife. Have a look at the throw. It's lobbed. A more powerful arm there, and could have been in business. Steps across, hits it in the air. There's work for the man coming in deep mid-wicket. He gets there and takes a good catch. Another wicket falls. Look at that full toss. It didn't quite catch it in the middle of the bat. It was a high skyer. An excellent work from the man coming in and takes the catch. And he tried to make the celebration to indicate that he didn't have difficulty taking the catch, but he certainly did. Got high hands though, and it would have been difficult to judge because that wind pushing that ball across, you're not quite sure how far it's going to travel. So they lose another wicket here. With the score on 184. So the 6th wicket is now down. Yogi, the man, out for 15 off of his 7 deliveries. 1 4 and 1 6. He was looking to repeat that 6. And coming out of the outer portion of the bat. New man coming out to bat. Looks like Goran. Just wait for confirmation. Meanwhile, Rohit picks up his first wicket. 42 runs he's conceded in his 3 overs. And the man with the ball in his hand now, Yash Patel, 2 for 14. It's as though he's playing in a different game. Bowling card doesn't make for pretty reading with a few of the bowlers, barring Jay Patel and Yash, over 10 runs and over. And the most expensive being Jainil. It's 1 over went for 26. We're set here to continue now with Yash. And not for the first time, he's into the pads. So he's not giving them a lot of room outside the off stump. And it has allowed them to be quite miserly. 184 for 6. Oh, that sounds rather edgy even from here. They go for a quick single. And not quite sure what the signal is from the umpire. Looked quite curious. We'll have a look at it. And I'm not sure. Is he signaling not out? Is he signaling dead ball? Look at it here. There's the shot off the outside edge. Straight to the man at point. The throw is coming in. He demolished the stumps. Not quite sure what the umpire was signaling. He's making his way across as we look at the replay. And one thing I do know for sure, he'll be quite perturbed because they've had difficulty in managing. There he is there, the umpire coming into the frame. I'm not quite sure what that signal was. And now he's feverishly hammering that stump into the ground. It's quite hard out there. They've in fact had to use water to soften the surface at the opposite end when the stumps were demolished for a stumping opportunity. .184 for 6. We're in the 15th over. The projected score still remains quite healthy, 260. With this run rate at 13. We do have the stumps repaired. Empire Square Leg just makes note of it. Sandeep on 1. Lalo. The new man out there yet to face a ball. This time they come through for a run. It's a bit of hesitation. Now I'm not quite sure he grounded his bat when he turned to look for the second. Perhaps just getting his boot over the line and turning, looking for the additional run. Oh, it's a miss. He's missed it. This one he said in the air is going to go into the gap between long off and the man coming around on the offside. And 92 for 6. Yash can't get around to stop it off his own bowling. The over comes to an end. 193 for 6 after 15. He's turning there and he's trying to come back. He's calling for it. Sent back. Trying to squeeze out every run here in this last final 5 overs. He said down the ground. And they're going to come for 2. So on this occasion, they do manage to get 2. He turns and call and he's back quickly. On 97 for 6. This one hit in the air. Oh, he's gone all the way for 6. That'll bring up the 200 as well. What a way to get to 200. $204 for 6 now. And that ball is down into the canyon. So it's going to cause a bit of a delay here. We'll take a break and resume in the 16th over when they retrieve the ball. So we found the ball. That's the good news. And more good news for Boston. The 200 has come up. So 204 for 6. Coming up with that 6. But another one struck into the canyon. Downwind from the ground. 6s and 11 fours out of 15 for the match. The next highest run scorer was Manav. Dismissed just a couple of deliveries ago. He made so the 2 out in the middle now. 1 innings concluded in the 103 for 7 in their 20 overs. And Tarun, we brought you his scores. He was on 70, falling 2 runs short of his 100. Went for 98 over 47 deliveries. Pat Patel got to 50. And the opening partnership put on 94 runs for that first wicket when Pat was gone. And no other scoring of note in that innings. There were 13 extras. 8 versus the Knight Riders United. As their 17 overs gone here. 17 overs gone here. Boston A on 200. There's going to be a change in the field here. And the umpire. End of the over. The umpire just walking up there, giving the indication of a review in conversation with the wicket keeper as he was passing him. Jokingly, 217 for 6. 2 overs to come. So Jay finishing off that third over. 2 for 26. So just 3 singles and a 2 in the over. Jay Patel 30, 31 now. There were shouts of look for 2, but have a look at this here. There's no intent for coming back for a second. He wants to strike. Does Lalo? He's on 20. Yash barking out instructions from long off to the bowler G. And he's bowled him. The leg stump is knocked out of the ground. So following the instructions from Yash, Jay comes back in, gets the wicket, picks up his third wicket, 3 for 28. Lalo has to go. Gone for 20. 7 wickets down now, 219 on the board. 1-6 and 1-4 in that knock of 20 from Lalo, and it's been a good bowling from Jay Patel. The bowling figures from the bowlers did not make too good reading. Akshay 30 in his 3, Vicky none for 41 in 2, and Jay now gets his third wicket, 3 for 28 in 3.3. Jainil just a 1 over. Disappeared out of the boundary and disappeared out of the attack. Conceded 26 runs. 1 for 53 from Rohit as well, who was expensive. But Yash Patel 2 for 23 off of his 4 in combination with Jay. Just pulling this total back, because projected totals were in excess of 250, in excess of 260 at one point. It's now at 236. The lower order. Lower order is in now. 7 wickets down, 219. So they're putting a bit of pressure here as well. Samit Patel to the crease. They've brought the extra cover up closer just to cut out that run and keep him on strike so that Sandeep can't get on strike. So they're looking to pressure Samit here. It's a slower delivery. And they are going to get one, looking for two. And they're going to get two. Coming off the inside edge, they squirted out behind square. Run the first one hard. Backward square having to do some work, and they get two. Inside edge onto pad. We saw him pick the leg stump out of the ground a couple deliveries ago. Got the wicket of Lalo. And just a small inside edge onto pad, saving Samit there. The over comes to an end. And 221 for 7th. Final over in this battle between Boston A and the Rising Star B. The opening game of the LPS USA Cricket Tournament here in Austin. So we'll just wait to confirm who's going to bowl that final over. Yeah, Akshay is going to finish it off. And not a lot of options by the Rising Stars B. Final over. Here we go. Lifted in the air, it was angled into the pads. The man out there, it's just over his head. Now, had it been earlier on in the day, that ball in that direction would have gone all the way into the canyon. But the wind has died down a bit. And just over the head of the man at the backward square. It's gone all the way for 6, nevertheless. 227. 4-7. The over. Over started off well. Oh, it's a good delivery here from Akash. Just getting a bit of extra bounce there. Surprising the batsman with that one. Drag the length back as well. So it's not the driving length. And we needed to see more of these type of deliveries earlier on. Sandeep 121. 1-6 and a 4 now. And some changes in the field. So cover goes to mid off. The long off goes very wide. He's not quite a deep extra cover. And the extra cover has moved to his left. Changes in the field on the offside. The umpire indicating we need to get a hustle on. And this is the reason we can't get a hustle on. Too many of these deliveries have been delivered wide. Another extra to the total. $20 extras in this game. And this one is going to go out to deep mid wicket. He started to come in, then had to stop, then had to backpedal. He's gone all the way for 6. He was coming in and then had to go back. The wind again has picked up, so he timed it, not just the delivery but the wind as well. And it was straight in line with the deep mid wicket. and the wind just took it over his head into the boundary. So 6 more to the total. 234 for 7. He's put this in the gap on the offside. And no one sweeping on the boundary. He'll go very close to the boundary. Pulls out the slide. And it's not going to help. There's EPL matches over the weekend. And he's putting out the slide there. Can't knock it back in. Can't get the boot on it either. Can't get the hand on it. It's gone for 4. So the last wicket partnership here. Have a look at that slide. It's a very impressive slide. .238 for 7. 2 deliveries to come. Short, and it's pulled away. There's some vehicles there. Lands just in front of him. It's going all the way for 6. And the wind has certainly picked up again. You could just hear it on our microphones. And if you can't hear it, you could see it when the ball is hitting that direction because it just disappears. Not quite into the canyon. 244 for 7. Final delivery. He's going to be called a wide, so not quite the final delivery. There's one legitimate delivery to come in this innings of Boston against the Rising Star, the opening game of the LPS here in Austin. On his bowling, the leg stump is out of the ground. And that will conclude the innings here. $245 for 7. There's that final delivery, knocking the leg stump out of the ground. So that's it here for the first inning. Boston A, 245 for 8. Boston won the toss and elected to bat first. And we're on the LPCL ground 1. And the scorecard for Boston A, the man at the top of the innings with a top knock. Mayank, 115 off of just 38 deliveries with 9 sixes and 11 fours. Wasn't backward either. He got to 20 off of 14 with 1 6 and a 4. 21 extras in the innings, 17 of which were wides. 2 leg buys and 2 buys, and a total of 245. The bowling card. And the cover your ears if you don't want to hear. Akash Patel, 1 for 54. In his 4 overs, economy rate of 13.5. Vicky Patel, 41, no wickets, economy rate 20.5. Jay Patel was good, 3 for 30. In his 4 overs, economy rate of 7.5. Just a 1 over from Jainil, 26 he conceded. And 1 for 53 for Rohit in his 4. 2 for 23 in Yash Patel's 4 overs. The pick up the bowlers. And 1 from Amit. He got a wicket in his solitary over. Conceded 14 runs. So that's the news here from ground 1. Boston winning the toss, 245 for 8 in their 20. And join us in a few minutes' time where we'll see the reply from the Rising Stars B. Welcome back to our coverage of the LPS USA Cricket Tournament here in Austin, Texas. We're covering this game. Game 1 on D1, Boston A versus Rising Stars B. Boston won the toss, posted 245 for 8. And the captain is out there in the middle, the man from Temple in Texas, Yash Patel, and joining him, Jainil Patel, to get things going. Other games taking place. Mayo Travelers scored 203 for 7 in their 20. Knight Riders United in reply 62 for 1. The Atlanta Tigers 169 all out in 19.1, and Waltham Tigers batting 26 for 5. We're gonna have the first ball of play here. Umpire just looking around, ensuring that all is right with the field. And there's the shout of play. Just as the umpire is saying that there's an adjustment to the field, the man at backward square just going to a short fine leg. Now we're all set to go. Yash taking first strike down the leg side. And not a good start. And it's that man Mayank Patel to open the bowling. The Centurion. Short on the top edge, pulled all the way, and it's gone for 6. Top edge travelled all the way. The man was set at short fine leg. It went over his head and into the boundary. Wide off the first delivery, 6 off the second delivery. This one dabbed out a deep backward point. There's a third man, deep third man alongside him. Those are the two fielders out in the deep. And in fact, they're both not on the boundary, just off the boundary. So Yash off the mark with a 6. And Jainil is now into strike. Centurion opening the bowling. And the first slip in place as it goes past the outside edge. Was a good delivery here, past the outside edge again. Throw coming in there. It's a left-hander. It went to his strong side. There's the throw at the non-striker's end. So Jainil off the mark. So Yash, who had a good spell with the ball in hand, has the bat in hand now. He's lifting it over cover. He'll get a couple. Takes the long way around. Does Yash to complete the second. That'll bring an end to the first over. 11 without loss. 7 to Yash and Jainil just getting off the mark in the first over. Summit is going to open the attack from the opposite end. So there's a first slip in place. This one is on the pads. There's 3 on the onside, a 6-3 field. And can't get the run. With such a high total to chase, you think they'd want to maximize the power play. Yash going in the air a couple times, and I think you would expect his opening partner to do the same as well. He's backing away. That's a good delivery. Not a huge run up, and good bounce and pace. He steps across the off stump, dabs it down, takes off for a single, and Yash responded and then had to send him back because he realized the man at backward point. He's not going to beat him. And then they take off and he's sending him back, and just in time as well. There's a single this time. Yash calls through for it. And a shy at the stumps. And how close was that? Flicks it in the air. A bit of a Chris Gayle type flair to that shot. Can't quite tell how close it was, but there was some oohs and ahs out there. Yash now on strike. The captain, huge responsibilities on his shoulders. And the bowler recognizing that as well. He pushes mid-off back to the boundary. Extra cover goes to the 30-yard circle. So they are recognizing the fact that he might just want to go in the air. And off a top edge. Race down to the boundary. Is it going to go all the way? No, it's going to be hauled back inside just. And they're going to complete just a 1. The field closes back in as we have a look at this top edge, outside edge, over the head of the wicketkeeper. And just a 1 run. He thought it was going for 4 and they ran just 1. A bit unorthodox here is Jainil. Gets in line and keeps backing away to try to make room, but he's stepping across to get in line and then backing away to make room. Kind of negates the purpose. As the first over comes to an end, the second over rather, the first over from this end, the commentary box end, shall we call it, 13 without loss. Patel on 10, Yash Patel that is, and Jainil on 2. So another small impromptu drinks break. Good delivery here, Mayank, for his second over. This is short. He's hammering it back down the ground over the head of mid-on. It's going to hit plugs a bit, but it still has the legs to get across the boundary for 4. So Yash there looking to be aggressive. This one hit in the air down to fine leg. One bounce, it'll go over the rope. Dealing in boundaries now is Yash. So a good shot of the previous deliveries to get it over the head of mid-on. And they push the mid-on back. And then look to work it on the onside. And gets one that he just shovels it over the corner. It's not quite there for that shot, but he's fashioning a shot here to get runs. And pulled it off to perfection. So the pressure now. Mayank, who placed the pressure on Yash in the first innings. Now Yash is returning the favour. Being aggressive against him. He's conceded 19 so far in his 9 deliveries. Now it's through the hands, lifted through the hands of Mayank. Did he get a hand onto that? Because it landed just behind him and Midoff was able to get it. So did he get something onto it? Or was that an opportunity? Oh, this is he's placing this. And almost a touch of perfection. It will go into the boundary for 4. And a good shot there. Making room. It's a good delivery, but he's able to execute and guide the ball through the gap. It was in the air, but he wasn't looking for to play it on the ground. He was looking to get it in the gap. There you could see him just making the adjustment. And the one going into the gap. Solid in defense. He's looking quite good out there, Yash. The end of the over. 25 without loss. Summit is going to continue. First of all, went for just 2. About 5 deliveries in that over to Summit. Yeah, it's going to be signaled wide by the umpire. It's a bit too wide. It was doing too much as well. Just a short run. Tall bowler. All the effort in the shoulders. Getting that ball with that slingy action. Just a swing away from the right-hander. But started that one too wide. The number 777. On his back is a better delivery here. And showing his skill and talent. He gets this one to jag back in. and narrowly missing the outside edge, and beat him outside the off stump as well. So continues to bowl well here to Jainil. Have a look at this delivery there. Just jogging back in. He's a bit unorthodox in his method there. Jainil playing off of the back foot. Just jumping around in the crease a touch. He's down the track on this occasion. Did he get any bat onto this? He just hurried him. Dragged the length back in. It seems to be all pad, but he was stepping down the track, looking to force the issue. And recognizing that, dragging his length back. Summit. A quite outstanding catch there as first slip. Excellent bowling from Summit. Gets the outside edge and a bit of a struggle. Have a look at that catch here on the rebound. On the third attempt it seemed. It was travelling with some pace. And Summit has some good pace on him. Getting the ball to move around. And just reward for 2 good overs from him. Gets his first wicket and gets Jainil out. Just 3 he managed in his 14 deliveries. The first wicket falls at the end of the 4th over with the total on 26. In reply to Boston is 245 for 8. So Rohit makes his way out in the middle with the fall of that first wicket. And just in case you were wondering who was at first slip and took that catch, I'll give you one guess. The man who's been a standout player in this game, Mayank Patel. So he's gotten runs at the top of the order. He's opened the bowling. And there he is in first slip. Getting rid of the opening batter on the 3rd attempt at the catch. And it's going to be a bowling change. Manav, no. Have a look. The back leg really. So he's not able to scamper down to the next end too. Quickly. To transfer that quickly. To transfer that weight onto the front foot to make it down to the non-strikers. Onto the front foot to make it down to the non-strikers. And invited the true. Trying to on top of it there. He was clearing. Trying to punch it off the back foot. So an all Just trying to get him to correct perhaps the line of the delivery. The line of the delivery. But that's going to be a bit difficult to do. With the mode that Yash is in. He's going to have a fielding change as well. So he's going to bring up the fine leg in the 30 yard. Push the fine leg in the 30 yard. Push the mid wicket back out. And as we saw in the first innings from Mayank, that win assisting there, the mid wicket may not have too much. Of an option in terms of trying to head. He's just flirting outside the off stump on this occasion. A play and a miss. Pitching up is off the outside edge. Third man is there. He has some work to do on the boundary. Edge. And tumbling away. Can't prevent it from going into the boundary. Of just 16 deliveries. You want to keep him for a final over to come back and bowl at the death, or perhaps when wickets fall, or you need him to come and break a partnership. But he's going to bowl him out here. At times you hold a bowler back and he doesn't quite produce the same type of bowling he bowled in the earlier spell. So, opting to bowl him out. Looking for him to get a wicket as well, because he has a first slip in place. Looks to be that man Mayank in that first slip. Long off, long on, and deep mid wicket on the boundary. It's when he set up in the air, the wicket keeper has a chance. Askaya, and he puts it down. Summit must be so disappointed. Brought back in to finish off his spell. Got the opportunity to get Yash out, and it went high up in the air. And off the top edge, he's looking to hit him down the ground. Off of the back foot again to a pitched up delivery. Skied up in the air. The keeper looked as though he got it covered, and in fact he didn't even lay a hand on it. Straight into the turf. It would have been the batsman that they wanted to get out as well. It's a wide signal by the umpire. Again on top edge, and Mayank is there at first slip, and this time they take the catch. The wicket is going to fall, and just as they were close to getting to 50, Rohit has to go. So Summit, despite the drop catch previously, does get the wicket, and the captain would be happy, not quite getting the batsman he wanted to get out, but will surely accept the wicket. It's 2 now in the column on the W for Summit Patel. Score 2 for 48. In fact, make a correction. It was the man Manav there at first slip, not Mayank, who took that catch. So struggling in that innings was Rohit. Strike rate just 33. He managed 4 runs off of 12 deliveries. New batsman out in the middle, Dev Patel. Took a nicely judged catch down at long off. Low down catch. The bowler was getting to him very quickly. It was a good delivery here from somebody. They're going to get a single. It's well played by the new batter, Dev. I haven't seen too many of these type of deliveries driven down the ground. He got his left part out to it in classical style. Nice high elbow. Stroked it down to long off. Quite pleasant to the eye. Gets him off the mark. Brings that man, the aggressive Yash, on to strike. He's dabbing it in the situation. He comes through for a quick single. One-handedly at backward point. And misfields. And they're going to get two. There was an opportunity for a run out. This one is scooping it off the back foot. A pitched up delivery. Work at long off. Knocks it down. Good work out in the deep. And they come through for two. So they're managing to... Look at that job work out in the deep there. They're managing to restrict his boundary scoring. It's pulled in the onside, and this one will go into the boundary for four. Excellent shot indeed. Quickly onto the back foot. Getting in line and pulling it away. Rocking back. Off the middle of the bat. The over comes to an end. The 50 comes up with that boundary. 2 for 53 after 8 overs. So, Summit completing his 4 overs now. He's bowled out. 2 for 15. Just the final delivery of his over. An over that saw him take the wicket of Rohit. He was put away for 4 by Yash. Yogi Patel now set to come into the attack. It's going to be Dev to face up to him. Leg spinner. It's a good start here. He just loses control of the delivery there. Pops out of his hand. It is a difficult art to control that ball for leg spinners. Packed offside field. 3 in the onside and all 3 fielders out on the boundary. It's off spin. Fumble affording spinners hate to see that fumble and allowing the rotation of strike. He knows that ball is a new batsman, and not just any new batsman. It's Yash Patel into strike. He's been striking it well. Again, straight to the fielder. They take off for the run. There's going to be some overthrows here. Not good fielding from the man at backward point. It is Sumit. And some overthrows. Throws it there, but throws it wide of the wicketkeeper. Short and pulled around the corner. This will go into the boundary for 4. Badly lined delivery. It was short as well. And pulled into the onside. 4 runs to the total. Takes the score to 64 for 2. 9 overs completed. Just 1 over to come now before the drinks break. And Yash Patel is doing quite well out there. He's on 50 for him with that boundary. His second 2 sixes and his 6th 4. In fact, off of 24 deliveries. So an exceptional knock from Yash. 64 for 2. So another 182 runs needed in 11 overs. They do have wickets in hand. So required run rate of 16.6. It's going to be another bowling change here now. And Mehul Patel comes into the attack. The umpire does signal a wide. Not in agreement is the wicketkeeper. And he's bowled him. Dipping. Played all over it. And Dev Patel not in control of that shot. The umpire as well was in conversation with the wicketkeeper with regard to that wide, and Mehul just decided to adjust his line to negate the decision and the conversation. And it's a good delivery that was flighted, dipped, played all over it. Dev Patel and lost his wicket. So he's gone for 2. And the 3rd wicket down now with the score on 65. Just wondering if the umpire would have thought of taking a drinks break then with the wicket falling in a 10th over, but decided to continue on playing. Just 1 delivery gone. The first one was a wide. The second delivery, the first legitimate delivery of the over. So players out in the middle there. And I think we are going to take a break here and resume as soon as the action continues. Welcome back to coverage here after the drinks break. Mehul taking a wicket off of his first legitimate delivery of the over. New batsman out there, Vicky, to join Yash out in the middle. He's getting off the mark here. So Dev was the man out for 2. This one is coming off the outside edge of the bat, and he is caught at cover. And that will be the end of the man who was doing the majority of the scoring. Trying to go down the ground, but again he's leaning off the back foot, and a nicely judged catch there from the man at cover. Fourth wicket goes down now with the score on 66. And Yash Patel has to go after having gotten to his 50. So he would be disappointed that he couldn't push on and try and inch closer to that 245 run total. 245 for 8 made by the Boston A. So he's had a good game. Yash Patel, 2 wickets and a 50. But in some trouble here now is the Rising Stars B. Still requiring another 180 runs. 1 delivery to come in this 10th over. The end of 10 overs, 67 for 4. 2 new batters out in the middle, Bhavin and Vicky. Four wickets down, the batting to come. Aman, Anko, Jay, Akash and Ankush rather. So Yogi to continue. His first over went for 7 runs. Gonna look for 2. Slight fumble in the outfield. In fact, it wasn't a fumble. I thought he dropped the ball and had to pick it back up. He got it in the hand as it was slowing toward him. Whipping it on the onside. Well, takes a horrible bounce there, and it'll go into the boundary. Yes, it's gone into the boundary for 4. Very unfortunate bounce indeed. and very, very rough outfield, and absolutely eluding the man out there. And in fact, it's gone under the car. Back to live action here. Can't get a run to cover. 72 for 4. Up his shot to point, and they come through for the run. And it's that man Summit who misfields. Backward point. It's an opportunity for a run out. And he did misfield previously. And another one there when the opportunity could have been for dismissal. The end of the over. 74 for 4. Out to mid wicket. They're going to get another 2 runs here. Mehul back into the attack. Coming off the inside edge. Almost a shot in the dark. This one hit up in the air, down the ground. It's coming in our direction. There's a chance for a catch. And lands inside the boundary rope. It's going to go for 4. It was in the air for a long time. Heading towards our tent here in the commentary area. And our cameraman just braving the shot to get the shot. He's cutting off the outside edge and it's put down at backward point. There's a chance for a run out. He misses that as well as he threw it over the wicket keeper. So it all happened in that delivery. Played away off the outside edge straight to him. He put it down and the opportunity for the run out and the throw went awry. So Mehul creating half chances. The ball is in the air too long on. Now a drop catch at backward point. Chance for a run out. Almost anticlimactic. That delivery. One ball left to come in the over. 82 for 4. And again, he doesn't have control. It comes off the inside edge. And they get 1. No fielder is there. And he's lucky he's not getting an inside edge onto the stump. The 12th over comes standing, 82 for 4. Batsman out in the middle, Barvin 6 and Vicky on 9. Both batsmen having struck a boundary. It's a loud appeal here, and the umpire agrees. And Yogi gets a wicket with his first delivery. And losing their wickets here in a flurry, 83 for 5. Yogi starting his third over. Picks up the wicket of Vicky. He's gone for 10. So Mehul has 2 overs left. Summit is bowled out. Mayank has 2 as well. And Manav, those were the 5 bowlers used. You with Yogi and Muhil, who is currently bowling. 2 for 12. Mehul and Yogi 1 for 14. So the left-hander comes out. So Bhavin just has a word with Aman. Seven overs and 5 balls to come. For the left-hander in place, there's a ring of 3 fielders behind point on the offside. There's a sweeper on the boundary, extra cover long off, long on deep mid-wicket, and 2 mid-wickets employed in fact on the boundary. And despite the fact, there's a loud appeal here, not out says the umpire, despite the fact that there are 3 fielders behind point, he still manages to squeeze a single. It's played straight to him. Good pickup, shy at the stumps. But you have to say the backing up was quite good. So Bhavan clearly wanting the strike and making a concerted effort to get it. Turned into the onside and get another single here. This is hit in the air over extra cover. Yeah, they're going to come for 2. We're running the first one hard. Bhavin, who wants to strike. Working hard to retain it. End of the over. 88 for 5. 13 overs gone. Mihul to continue here with the score on 88 for 5. The new man Aman on strike. This one comes off the outside edge. There's a chase on. And it's slipping at the non-striker's end. This one hammered down the ground. It's in the air and the man settling under it. Fumbles it 1, 2, 3, 4 and into the tooth. Dropped opportunity. There you see it, fumbling it a few times. And one would have thought that he would have eventually held on because he did the hard work, got in line, cushioned the ball. He's looking at his hand. Yeah, again, they're working on that stump. $91 for 5. One delivery to come in the 14th over. This one pulled away. Work out in the deep. And is he going to hold it back in? Seem to be escorting the ball. It's hit high up in the air. The end of the over. 93 for 5, 14 overs gone. See a number of players arriving to the ground. Want to get themselves on camera so they could have their fans back home. Just take a note of their arrival at the venue for the impending game. So just 36 balls to come and 153 runs deficit. Required run rate of 25.5. Seen a number of catches go to grass, being put down. Preet Patel is going to come in and try and get a wicket. It's hit back at him. This one hit in the air. Long on is going to come around and Preet strikes. A catch is held. This time down at long on. It was hit in the air. Preet coming into the attack, getting a wicket. The 6th wicket goes down. Didn't get enough of it. And a good catch taken there. .94 for 6. Bravin Patel out. Caught Mayank. Bowled Preet for 13. New batter out in the middle. The fall of that Bravin wicket. Anush Patel. Preet Patel coming into the attack, picking up a wicket. And it's hit down in the direction of the man there. Is he going to take another one? And he's put it down. So Mayank is the man. Took a good catch just now and now seen a number of drop catches in the outfield. And that one just adding to it. So just looking at the replay there, I thought he put the catch down. And he actually... So his hands were very low down. He's out down in the deep there. So he did manage to hang on to it. So the wicket does in fact fall. Ankush Patel out for no score. It's quite a good catch indeed. I thought he put it down. Did he just cling onto it with one hand in the end? He's falling backward. And did it bobble up and then grabbed it with the left hand or straight into the left hand? Well, that man can seem to do no wrong. Got 100. Takes 2 catches down there in the deep. So 7 wickets down now with the score 95. So Preet comes into the attack in his first over, has 2 wickets, conceding just 2 runs. He's trying to play a cut shot there, but his protection is that man Sumit. End of the over. 95 for 7 after 15. And an almost impossible task of 151 runs required. Preet finishes off 2 wickets for 2 runs. 5 dot balls in his first over. So new batsman out in the middle. Lalo Patel is into the attack. So a man and Akash out there in the middle. It's loud appeal, the umpire sends him. He's gonna have to go out court behind. 8 wickets down now with a total of 95. And this game is fast coming to its conclusion. Two batsmen out in the middle. Jay yet to face a ball. The new batsman Akash has faced 3 deliveries. So Lalo has picked up a wicket in his 2 deliveries. So Preet came in, picked up 2 for 2 in his first over. And Lalo is off to a good start. Right-hander now on strike. A generous flight to say the least. Tuggy gets into the onside. He's going to get a run. Going to get off the mark. It's G. So it's almost a fast bowler's run up from Lalo to deliver his leg breaks. Oh, it's a good delivery there. He beats the outside edge. Good flight as well. Cash on strike. Flighted. He's sitting it in the air. Fielder out at deep mid wicket. It's almost as if he didn't want to catch it. Took almost an eternity to get to it. Almost as long as the ball take to come down from the leg spinner's hand to the batsman. End of the over. End of that Lalo over. Successful over. 1 for 2 he has. And they scored 97 for 8 after 16. So the target drops under 150. 148 now. So they inch closer to that 100-run mark in the 17th over. It's a good delivery there. Patel on 2 and J on 1. And Preet Patel looking to add to his 2 wickets. Not quite sure what's going on there at long on. He ran past the ball as it was trickling toward him. Perhaps trying to encourage them to try and think about another run. $99 for 8. End of 17, 99 for 8. Target set by Boston A, 245 for 8. Century, 115 to Mayank. And the bowling for Boston. 2 wickets to Summit. Excellent spell. He had 2 for 15. He bowled all his 4 overs on a trot. 2 for 17 from Mihul. And 2 wickets apiece for Preet and Mihul, and 1 for Lalo. So the last 5 wickets falling to Mihul, Preet and Lalo. So down the leg side. If you learn to read him, Lalo, you could see he's quite predictable. The one that he's going to flight, he races into the crease to deliver. And the one that he wants to slow up and flight, he just almost comes to a standstill. Tosses it up in the air. As opposed to the one that he just runs through the crease and whips it in with the arm. Doesn't want to give any pace at all to the batsmen. Not even for them to get an edge. 101 for 8. With that wide and the additional run down the leg side. Absolutely no pace on offer. And it goes through the man at deep extra cover who had no defense to offer. It's into the boundary for 4. Cut away. So they've crossed the 100. See what good looking shot. Aggressive shot. Another flighted delivery. The man is out there. Who misfielded just now. He gives himself more room by going further back toward the boundary. So it hit down the ground in the air, and in fact, it's that man, Sumit. He's a very good bowler. We'll leave it at that. Chance goes to ground. Sun, midday sun, directly above us here, and in the eyes of the tall fast bowler. As the 18th over comes down in 106 for 8. Hundred and 7 for 8. 2 overs left in this game. This one the keeper misses. End of the over, 108 for 8. So final over to come in this encounter between Boston A and the Rising Stars B. Boston A posting 245 for 8 in their 20 overs. And in reply, 110 for 8 with 1 over to come for the Rising Stars. Century maker, Mayank, 115 he made in the first innings. First game on the first day of the LPS USA cricket tournament here in Austin, Texas. Is going to be that man Lalo to finish off the innings here. Looking to pick up the final 2 wickets as well. He's been bowling with generous flight. going to be signaled wide to prolong the agony for the Rising Stars. Suffering their first defeat. I'm sure they'll want to come back hard in their second game, as matches continue on after this. 2 games per ground per day. This one hit high up in the air. There's a chance at long on. He comes in, settles under it, and the catch is taken. Losing the 9th wicket now, with the total on 110. We're in the final over, and Lalo picks up another wicket. He's looking to bowl them out here, and for the first time we see an aggressive shot, and caught out on the boundary. New batter out in the middle, Ankur Patel. Lalo pick up the wicket of Akash. Caught down the ground by Guran. Lalo looking to finish off here. 112 for 9. He bowls another wide in the over. Looking to pick up some wickets here. Oh, it's down the leg side. It's going to be another wide. Just prolonging the innings here. Ankur gets some bat onto it. He's going to get off the mark. In fact, he's going to come back for 2. It's not going to matter in the final end of this game. 116 for 9. 20 overs gone. Victory to Boston A, defeating the Rising Stars B in this first game in ground 1 of the LPS Austin series. So join us back in a few minutes' time, when we will bring you coverage of the second game on offer on day 1.